Remember the SkyMall catalog they used to have on airplanes? If you do, congratulations, you're old. Now, I loved the SkyMall catalog because you never knew what you were going to find in there, but you knew it was going to be weird, like Wiener Dog toaster level weird. Now, unfortunately, SkyMall is gone now, but their spirit lives on in SwitchBot. SwitchBot are the weirdos of the smart home universe, and that's not a bad thing. When I get an email from SwitchBot, I get that same giddy feeling I used to get when I cracked open a SkyMall magazine, because I don't know what I'm going to find in that email, but I know it's going to be interesting. They might be announcing a robot vacuum that folds your laundry or a Matter-enabled dialysis machine. Like, you don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Today, I want to take a look at a couple of recent SwitchBot products so we can see if they're using the power of weirdness for good or evil. So Steve Jobs is famously quoted as saying, "People don't know what they want until you show it to them." And that philosophy is what led to the iPhone. And I believe that same philosophy has been embraced by SwitchBot, and that is how they have gifted the universe with the Air Purifier Table. Now be honest, did you know you wanted that before I showed it to you? No, you did not. But do you want it now? Okay, don't answer that quite yet. Think about it this way. If you're going to have a big, ugly air purifier in your house, wouldn't it be better if it had a tabletop on it so you could like set a drink on it or something? Of course. And if you had a tabletop, wouldn't that tabletop be better if it had a built-in charger for your cell phone? Absolutely. And if you got power to charge your phone, you might as well put a light on the bottom of it, right? Well, that one's a little questionable, but the point is, this is the most multifunctional air purifier you're going to find. Heck, it even has Matter compatibility. I'm not exactly sure what you do with Matter in an air purifier. I guess maybe with a firmware update, it might be able to detect dog farts at some point, and then it could warn you not to come in the room until it purifies the air. But whatever the reason for having Matter, it's better than not having it. Now, the really fun feature that got me excited about this air purifier table in the first place is that it can attach to the SwitchBot K20 Plus Pro robot that is coming out at some point. Now, once it attaches to that robot, it can drive itself around to purify the air in whatever room it deems necessary. But the really cool part about that is that with that drink tabletop, it's like having your own personal Return of the Jedi R2-D2. See, that SwitchBot Let's Get Weird attitude has its benefits. If anything, I don't think they took it far enough. Like, why not add a Bluetooth speaker to this thing, right? That seems like kind of a no-brainer. And if you want to use this as a nightstand, a built-in alarm clock would be pretty nice. And how about a built-in mini fridge to really take this thing to the next level? As far as air purifying features go, which I guess is important for an air purifier, it has a HEPA filter that traps 99.97% of microparticles, which I guess I'll have to take their word for. It also has an outer shell to trap pet hair and a carbon filter for pet odors. The app is pretty straightforward. You can change modes and set schedules. I like that it has a particle monitor that measures the air quality, so you can just set it on auto and it will kick in as needed. Of course, in Minnesota, we have perfect air, so it has yet to kick in automatically since I have it. But if Canada decides to light itself on fire again this summer and smoke up our air, we'll be ready. Oh, you can also change the light color, but only to 10 specially selected colors. Overall, if you're looking to purify your air while you sip martinis and charge your phone, this is definitely the air purifier for you. So I'm going to chalk up a win for SwitchBot's weirdness on this product, but their next offering, maybe there's a market for it out there somewhere, but I am not sure what it is. I'm talking about the new SwitchBot adjustable roller shades. In theory, it's a lovely idea, an affordable roller shade that you can easily adjust to fit your window. In practice, my therapist is really encouraging me to have a more positive outlook on life, so let's look at the positives. Once you get it set up and running, it does work. And I actually like the part of the app where you can slide your finger up and down to adjust the level of the shade. The motor is quick and not too loud. And if you have a SwitchBot hub, you can connect the shades via Matter to a variety of smart home ecosystems to automate the shade to your heart's content. There is also an available solar panel, which not only charges the shade with only 3 hours of sunlight per day, it can also be used as a light sensor to create sun-based automations in the SwitchBot app. There, see, don't these shades sound wonderful? In fact, this would be a great time to pause the video, or better yet, stop watching altogether and go down and purchase several of these for your home using my affiliate links down below. Are they gone yet? Good. I hate these things so much. Adjusting these things to size is about as fun and straightforward as doing your own taxes. Like, look at this weird pile of crap it comes with. Yes, that is in fact a mini stapler, and it plays a key role in holding your roller shades together, which kind of gives you some idea of the level of quality you're going to get with these shades. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole installation process here because the wounds are still fresh, but it is an extremely finicky process. You have to take the shade on and off multiple times as you adjust the roller size. At one point, you have to snap a plastic tube in half and turn part of that into the roller. There's a guillotine thing that you use to cut the fabric. Okay, that's actually kind of neat, but it's also terrifying because you're afraid you're going to cut the wrong thing and ruin your entire shade. Then you have to roll a brand new white shade out on your dirty floor. Then, of course, there is the stapler. The stapler is used to staple this strap to the bottom of the shade. Now, odds are you'll have already thrown this strap away because it does look like garbage, but nope, it's a key part of your shade. The instructions say installation requires 2 to 3 people. Turns out those 3 people are you, your therapist, and Jim Beam. But with their help, like I said, it can be installed. Now, it took me about 2 hours to install this one shade. Granted, a lot of the time was spent cursing the mad scientist who concocted this ridiculous scheme. And yes, I did make one mistake where I forgot to take a piece out that was in the instructions. So yes, that was my fault, but the whole process is just ridiculous and I hate it. And it was 2 hours that I would rather spend doing pretty much anything else. But sometimes, you got to put in the elbow grease to save big money. Now, in full disclosure, SwitchBot did send me the shade for free, but I want to price this out versus a SwitchBot shade so we could really see how much money I would have actually saved. Now remember, the SwitchBot shade took 2 hours to install, compared to the SmartWing shade in my bedroom, that took only 6 minutes to install. But granted, that was a custom fit shade, so we definitely had to pay a premium for that. So let's see how much. To fit in this window here, I needed the XL version of the SwitchBot shade, which regularly runs $310. Now that's not cheap, but man, when you compare it to the same size SmartWing shade, I would have saved negative $19. These are more expensive than a custom shade. Now, in fairness, the SwitchBot shade is on sale for 35% off right now, which brings the price down to $198, much more reasonable. And the SmartWing shade is only on sale right now for 8% off, so that only drops the price to $268. That's a $70 difference, and that's not nothing, but for the amount of emotional pain I went through to install these, I kind of expected more savings. Also, remember, if you don't have a SwitchBot hub already, you're going to spend that extra $70 on the hub so you can automate these, so we're kind of back to even at that point. So here's where we are with the SwitchBot shades. They're a pain in the butt to install. They don't really save you much or any money. And as a bonus, they're super ugly. Now, personally, I could probably live with it, but someone in my house really doesn't appreciate the, pretty much anything about the way they look. She's really not wrong. The fabric looks and feels cheap. It sits kind of funny, probably because of the way I stapled it. You got these rough edges that are visible at the top and bottom of the shade. The roller itself isn't even hidden.
They're adjustable.
Can you adjust them to fit in the garbage can?
I think that about sums it up. Now, if you don't mind, SwitchBot, could we have a word? You kind of dropped the ball on this one, SwitchBot, but don't be discouraged, all right? There are too many smart home companies out there that are just copycats of one another. At least you're always out there trying something new, and I appreciate that. Now, will these shades cost you millions? Possibly. But you know what? For every dud you have, you come up with something really cool and original that I like this wallet finder card. It helps me find my wallet when I left it in my pants the night before. So SwitchBot, you keep being you. Keep coming up with products nobody else is coming up with, and I know we're going to get something unique and original that's great, or at least it'll give me a good laugh, and quite frankly, I'm happy either way. So I appreciate you, SwitchBot. And if you want a good laugh, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching.